So if you want to repeat this as I'm saying it, I offer the merits of this meditation to my father, or similar. Homage to the Buddha, homage to the Dharma, homage to the Sangha. And if you want to repeat that one more time, I offer the merits of this meditation to my father, homage to the Buddha, homage to the Dharma, homage to the Sangha. And then we're going to light our candle or our joss stick. So just light up your, whatever you're using there. Mine's taking quite a while. And with those thoughts of a dedication in mind, I think, yeah, I can see people have got theirs lit. So with that dedication in mind, we're just going to put the hands, you can either have the hands together in a prayer type position, or you can do what we do at the end of the class, which is a fist and then take the hand around it. And we're just going to bow our dedication to our joss stick. So our joss stick is kind of like, if you like in the Christian faith, this is like lighting a candle. So we're just going to bow our dedication to that joss stick, to that candle, keeping in mind the person that we're dedicating our practice to. And then we're just going to come into a comfortable seated position to start with, and we're going to begin with the small meditation. So just getting comfortable. Oh. We've lit our incense or candle. Tracy, if you want to do the same and just repeat the dedication that I sent you. So comfortable seated position after you've done that. Starting to notice how the body feels. And perhaps noticing a sense of the body grounding through the lower half of the body. Through the feet and the sitting bones, grounding, connecting us with the earth. And our upper half of the body open and free, like the sky or heaven. Connection with the earth, connection with the sky or the heavens. And starting to begin with, just bring to mind an image of the person that you're dedicating your practice to. And perhaps have a sense of the image of that person, however you want to think of them, allowing that person to enter into your heart. Notice how it feels to bring that person into your heart. Really try and get a sense of how it feels to bring that person into your heart. And allow that sense of the person to fill the body. Filling outwards from the heart. Letting that sink in and turning the awareness briefly to the natural breath. easily flowing in and out of the body. Letting go of thoughts as they come and go. Noticing the breath, noticing the full journey, and seeing if you can detect the journey of breath all the way down in the belly. If you can, resting the awareness on breath movement in the belly. If it's difficult there, you can always work with the lower parts of the ribs. Natural breath in and out of the body. Letting go of everything else. And perhaps also noticing, while we're doing this, a sense of where the breath comes from and where it returns to. Perhaps a sense of the breath connecting us with everything. And gently allowing the eyes to open. Seeing if you can stay with the sense of the breath moving in and out of the belly as we come to a standing position. Comfortable standing position. We're going to gently bounce up and down through the knees just to release a bit of tension. Wild horse shaking. Riding the wild horse, bouncing up and down on the back of the horse. And as we're doing that, we're releasing any tension that we find. Going nice and easy on yourself right the way through this class. Not pushing, just enjoying whatever arises. Letting go of anything at all you need to let go of. And then stopping. And we're in this Wuji position. Just check that the knees are slightly bent. Grounding through the feet. Relaxing the belly, letting go of the tailbone. Shoulders are relaxed. Bit of space under the armpits. Tuck the chin gently in. Bring the awareness back to the belly breath. Notice the belly moving. And then gently bring the hands to the belly. Notice the breath moving the hands. And then we're going to start to accentuate that feeling of breathing in and out of the belly. So we're going to breathe in, the hands are going to come away. Breathe out, the hands are going to come back towards the belly. Touch the belly, or they can just be outside the belly. So belly breath accentuated using the hands. Breathe in, fill the belly. Breathe out, relax. A couple more times, getting a sense of the breath pumping up the belly. Perhaps a sense that we can pump energy into the belly. Yeah, nice relaxed breath, nice relaxed movement, relaxed mind. And then taking the hands out even further now, we're going to have a sense of breathing into the whole body from the belly. Feel the whole body and release the whole body. You can come up and down slightly through the knees as you're doing this. Breathe in, standing up, feeling the body. Breathe out, relax back into the belly. Come back down through the knees. One more of these. And then allow the hands to come down in front of you. And we're going to breathe in, bring the hands up, fill all the way into the fingers. Breathe out, bring the hands down by the sides. And then we're going to reverse that movement. So breathe in, bring the hands up the outside. Breathe out, down the front. So we'll repeat this sequence a few times. Breathe into the whole body. Relax the whole body. Breathe into the whole body. And relax. You can always have a sense of this breath starting in the belly, feeling the whole body, and then relaxing back down into the belly. Let's do a couple more. One more. Into the whole body, relax. And finish the sequence into the whole body. And relax. Hands come down by the sides, readjust your position. And we're going to take the hands behind the back. So we're going to work into some circles in particular as we're doing this. So circling first of all through the soles of the feet. So circling around the edges of the feet. Nice, gentle, relaxed movement. Trying to keep your awareness on what you're doing, but also trying to go easy on yourself. Don't push the body and the mind will follow. And then switch directions. All the time we're doing this, just letting go of anything at all that comes along. That's both in terms of the mind, but also in terms of the body. Let go of anything you find. Bring the feet together. Hands into little bridges. Place them just over the top of the kneecaps. And we're going to rotate it into the kneecaps. So circling into the knees. Just check that the back is relaxed. Nice and easy, effortless effort. Switch directions. And then standing back up, taking the feet apart, perhaps a little wider than before. Hands on the hips, and we're going to circle the hips. Trying to go gently, trying to take it easy on the body. And if we do that, it's noticing if the body lets go in any particular places. Switch directions. Good. Step the feet in slightly. Bring the shoulders up. Relax them here for a moment. Relax the rest of the body. So they're pulled tightly up, but the rest of the body is relaxed. And then we're going to circle backwards. Again, nice effortless movement. And then switch directions. Good. And then we're going to turn through the elbows. Effortless movement. Doing your best to keep your awareness on what you're actually doing rather than what's going on in terms of thought. Switch directions. Taking the hands together, interlocking the fingers. We're just going to form those figure of eights with the fists so that the wrists are nice and released in one direction. And then switch directions. Good. Give the arms and the hands a good shake out. And then squeeze the fists. Just come out through the fingers. Extend. And then we're just going to do a bit of playing of the piano. So get the fingers moving. Yeah. And then we're going to come up with our hands. So bend through the knees. Form the fingers into claws, push forwards with the claws, extend all the way into the fingers, and then bring the hands gently back in, fingers touching. Good. So we're breathing out, all the way out with the fingers, and then we extend into hands, good, and then come back with the fingers together. So this is a dragon extending or showing off its claws and then extending its wings. So display your claws, extend your wings, and then bring them back into the body. Breathe out. Breathe in. One more time. Bring the hands down. We're going to do some figure of eights with the head, with the nose in particular. So we're drawing a figure of eight on its side, using the nose like it's a pencil or perhaps a paintbrush. Going nice and easy and then reversing the direction. Seeing if you can have the movement as smooth as possible. Good. Effortless effort, but tuning into what you're actually doing. Coming back to center. And then we're going to release the neck in one final way. So bring the chin inwards, drop it down to the top of the chest. And then slide it upwards, look up, bring the chin forwards, bring it down in front of you, bring it in towards the body, to the chest, and then slide it up, look up, chin's forward, chin comes down. So this is our crane neck. So see if you can tune into a sense of how a crane might do this with its lovely flexible neck. And then the next time that your chin comes down, we're going to start to bring it up, then slide it down the chest, and we're just reversing the movement. So bring the chin forwards, look up, bring it in, slide it down. Forwards, up, in, slide it down. Tune back into your crane. Embody that sense of that really lovely fluid motion that the crane can get through its neck. Good. Regular standing position. Interlink the fingers. Push through the hands. Come up above the head. And then we're just going to turn left and right. See if you can allow this motion to release the sides of the body. Nice and relaxed, even though we're pushing through the hands. And then we're going to circle through the hands above the head. You'll probably find this movement comes more from the waist than it does the hips. Spine very involved, and then turn in the opposite direction. Good. Effortless effort all the time. Bring the hands down, and we're going to come into a prayer position. And then we're just going to do anywhere we like to, the swimming dragon. Move the head wherever you feel like you want to. Just explore your range of movements. Nice and even and flowing. Effortless opening of the spine. All directions. Good. And when you're ready to, bringing the hands down. Turn the palms of the hands out. And just have a sense, first of all, of bringing up a fresh sense of energy, a fresh sense of energy. Don't need to link this to the breath. Gather up fresh energy, however that feels for you. Gather it up above the head. And when you're ready to, wash fresh energy through the body. Sense of clearing, cleansing, washing through the body. See if you can notice how that makes the body and the mind feel. Hands are relaxed by the sides when you're ready. And our first movement, our first Qigong proper movement, is going to be lifting heaven. So slight bend through the knees. We're going to bring the fingertips towards each other. Bring the hands up through the body. They're not touching the body, but we get a sense of bringing energy up through the body. The hands turn. We push the hands up. We look up. We look forwards. And then we bring the hands down, trying to track the whole movement of the hands as they come down, the hands and the arms. So as you come down, you can also drop slightly into the knees. And linking this now with the breath, breathing in, bring the hands up, standing up, all the way up, push up, look forwards, breathe out, slowly bring the hands down, time it with the breath or tie it with the breath, come down through the knees. Good. So breathe in, have a sense of drawing that breath energy up through the whole body, all the way up to the heavens, to the sky. Breathe out, allow that energy to fill around you and relax the body. Good. Working at your own pace with your own breath. Breathe in. Relax as the hands come down. Effortless effort. Focus the awareness on what you're doing. Focus it on the breath. Tie the two together and enjoy a sense of peacefulness that we can achieve as a result of tying the breath, the awareness and the movement all together. Couple more times. Perhaps making this the last one. So that's from our 8 silks movements. It's the start of the 8 silks. We're going to turn to the 18 form now. The hands are going to face each other. The palms are going to face each other. Slight bend through the knees. And this is opening of the heart and the chest. So bring the hands up. This is like describing a column up through the body. And then we're opening out through the chest and the heart. The hands are facing upwards to start with. And then they turn. And then they come down, back down by the sides, bending slightly down through the knees. So breathe in. Fill the body. Open the heart and the chest. Breathe out, relax. See if we can start to get into a flow. Fresh breath energy coming in, opening up the body, opening up the heart and the chest, and then relaxing. Let's do 2 more. At your own pace. Trying to tune into as many sensations as possible. Regular standing position when you're ready. So we just open up the chest and the heart. So I thought we could now move on to our heart chi. So to remind you of what this is like, we have a sense of bringing up energy from the earth, bring it up in front of you with the palms of the hands. And then we bring that sense of earth energy in towards the heart, in towards the chest and the heart. And then we have a sense of widening that heart energy. Widen it all the way out using the hands. Then we bring the hands back down again And we have a sense of bringing that energy back into the earth. And in the earth, it's going to create the lotus flower. So the palms of the hands join where the base of the palms are, and the rest of the fingers are stretched out like this is our flower. And we grow the flower up, all the way up, right the way above us. And then we share the beauty of the flower with the world. The hands are going to just gently come back down again. So we can add the pulsing up and down through the knees and the breath at the same time as well. So breathe in, slightly bend through the knees, breathe in, bring that heart energy up from the deep in the ground. Breathe out, bring it into the chest, into the heart, drop slightly through the knees. Breathe in, standing up, widen that sense of heart energy. Breathe out, bring it down into the earth. Breathe in, grow your flower. Breathe out, share it with the world. Good, so natural breath, natural movement. Breathe in, bring up the energy in front of you. Breathe out, bring it into the heart. Breathe in, widen it out. Breathe out, bring it down into the ground. Allow it to form into your flower. Breathe in, bring that up all the way through the body. Grow it all the way above your head. Breathe out, share it with the world. Good. Let's do that one more time. Bring the energy up in front of you with the palms. Use the palms to bring that into the chest, into the heart. Widen it. Take it back into the earth. Grow the flower from that energy. Share the beauty of it with the world. Regular standing position. Probably not going to leave the position that you've already assumed, just as long as it's comfortable. Going to have the hands in very gentle fists. And we're going to do some rowing of our boat in the lake. So the fists are going to come forwards. We're going to drop down through the knees. Yeah. Drop as deep as you want to go, but try not to overdo it on the back. Then the hands come up the sides. So we're rowing to get nowhere. So row, drop down. This is like a squat, but it's going to be nice and relaxed. Still looking forwards if you can, relaxing the back. Breathing in, bring the hands up. Just enjoy this sense of rowing your boat in the heart of the lake. This is not a boat race. This is an opportunity for us to enjoy the tranquility, the peace of the lake. Good. Couple more. Last one. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in. And then breathe out, just relax, stand for a moment. Normalize the breath. So taking the hands up above you. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the edges of our fishing net now. So we've been on this gentle boat ride. We're now going to catch some fish. So we're going to take hold of that net. And we're going to start to circle it around above the head. Nice and slowly to start with. And remember, we're winding up this net in order to throw it as far as we can without straining. So we're going to start to really extend in all directions, see how far outwards we can move with that net, and then start to speed it up. And when you're ready to, we're going to throw it out to the side, extend the fingers. Good. So take another net and turn in the opposite direction. Slowly to start with. Experiment with how far in all directions you can swing that net. And when you're ready to, start to wind up the movement. And we're going to try and throw it as far as possible to catch our fish, throwing it out to the side. Good. Bring the hands back down. So I think I was going to squeeze in another form there, but I don't think we're going to have time. We'll do that some other time. I was going to add the deer forms in, so perhaps just have a sense briefly of embodying the deer for a moment. We won't go into the forms. So our last movement is going to be plucking the star and transferring it to the Big Dipper. So one hand is going to come to the lower back. The back of the hand presses against the lower back. The other hand comes up to the side. And then we bring that hand down. We bend through both knees. Bring that hand to the opposite leg. We're not touching the opposite leg, just outside the opposite leg. And then we come up in a diagonal all the way up, turning from the waist, not the hips. Take your star, select one, pluck it, and then swipe it all the way across the night sky, creating the Big Dipper. Take it all the way to the other side, using the waist still. Bring the hand up above the head, and then we can fill the body with the starlight that we've created. Switch hands with the breath. Breathe in, breathe out, bring it down. Breathe in, diagonal up. Pluck your star. Draw across the night sky with the Big Dipper whilst you're breathing out. Breathe in, bring the hand up. Breathe out, wash with starlight. Just going to do one more on each side. Breathe in. Breathe out, come down. Good. Breathe in, open up, all the way up. Pluck your star, breathe out, bring it across the night sky, creating that Big Dipper. Breathe in, bring the hand up. Breathe out, have the intention to wash starlight through the body. Last side, breathe in. Effortless effort still, squatting, opposite leg. Opening up gently, diagonally through the whole body, breathing in. Pluck your star, breathe out. Effortlessly draw that Big Dipper across the sky. Breathe in, bring the hand up. Breathe out, have the intention to wash starlight through the body and see if you can notice how that feels. So what we're going to do now, can't believe the time has gone so quickly. What we're going to do now is going to do a Nidra practice, if you're up for it. So either seated or lying down. If you're finding lying down uncomfortable, then you're more than welcome to do it seated. Otherwise, this is Yoga Nidra, so it's sleep of the yogis. So we are encouraging the body to get into a very restful state. So getting yourselves as comfortable as possible, as relaxed as possible. When you've found your position, closing your eyes, making any final adjustments that you'd like to. Slowly becoming quiet. As quiet as possible. We're going to take 3 long, deep breaths. And each time we breathe out, we're going to feel ourselves letting go. 3 deep breaths. Out breath, just letting ourselves go. Once you've completed your breaths, allowing the breath to stabilize, to become normal. Natural breathing. I'm going to invite you to silently say to yourself that dedication that we used at the beginning of our practice. So I offer the merits of this meditation to my Father, homage to the Buddha, homage to the Dharma, homage to the Sangha. Just allow that to sink in. And becoming aware now of distant sounds. Moving your awareness, your attention from sound to sound, just listening, not making anything of those sounds. Distant sounds, sounds outside the building you're in. Starting to bring that sense of sound inwards, starting to notice sounds inside the room. Perhaps becoming aware of sounds inside the body, subtle sounds inside the body. Becoming aware of the subtle sound beneath all sounds, deep in the center of your being. Becoming aware of your natural breath and feeling yourself becoming more and more relaxed as you just tune into that natural breathing pattern. Throughout our practice, only two doors of perception are open: feeling and hearing. Just starting to notice the body, starting to notice how you're resting on the floor. starting to notice sensations. And bring the awareness to the crown of the head now. Can you notice any sensations on the crown of the head? And then washing the awareness down over the forehead and the face, noticing if you can find any sensations going on in the forehead and the whole of the face. Awareness of sensations across the sides of the head, including the temples and the ears. Sensations down the back of the head, the back of the skull. And starting to move the awareness down into the neck. Any sensations going on the back of the neck, the sides of the neck, the throat. Awareness of the shoulders. Awareness of the top of the chest. Awareness of the top of the back. Awareness of the upper arms. Awareness of the whole of the rib cage at the front and the sides and the back. Awareness of the shoulder blades. Awareness between the shoulder blades on the spine. Running the awareness down the spine, all the way down the back to the lower part of the back. Noticing the lower part of the back. Noticing the waist on both sides. And the belly. Becoming aware of the pelvis, the front, the back, the hips, moving the awareness down the hips, through the hips, into the top parts of the legs, noticing the top parts of the legs. Noticing the lower parts of the arms. Noticing the hands and the fingers. Bring the awareness back to the thighs, running the awareness down the thighs, through the knees, into the lower parts of the legs. Through the ankles. And into both feet and all of the toes. And perhaps having a sense now of zooming out, bringing your awareness to the whole body. Both legs, both arms, pelvis and torso, feet, hands, neck, head the whole body, one sphere of awareness. And within that spaciousness of the whole body, seeing if you can detect the breath again. Just tune into the way it's moving in and out of the body. Awareness as deeply down in the body as you can feel breath movement. And we're just going to count down the breath from 20 to 1. So breathing in, 20. Out, 19. In, 18. Out, 17. And so on, all the way down to 1. Just working with your own natural breathing pattern, counting down from 20 to 1, allowing everything else to arise and pass. And when you do reach 1, just resting with a natural sense of the breath. Perhaps a sense of the breath rising and falling in the lower belly, the lower dantian. A sense of breath energy deep in the center of the body. And we're just going to allow that breath energy to rise back up through the spine, all the way to the center of the forehead. Gently bring the awareness all the way up through the spine, eventually coming all the way up to the center of the forehead and resting the awareness in the center of the forehead. Space in the forehead. Where that this space in the center of the forehead is a place deep inside that the ancient texts call a cave that we can connect in with our ancestors to. A cave of ancestors. Perhaps somewhere you can meet your ancestors, learn what they have to teach you, receive their guidance. And in that dark space, we're going to start to imagine ourselves climbing into a deep valley. A deep valley that starts to narrow, remote and deep. Traveling down the course of the valley, perhaps you can hear the sound of a rushing stream, of birds and trees, perhaps noticing the sky, getting a sense of nature, wild nature. Towards the end of the valley, we're going to start to climb up towards a cave. You can see ahead of you the mouth of the cave. As you climb closer, taking a few moments to adjust your clothes, allow your breathing to settle, and washing your face and hands in a little mountain pool so that you can feel completely ready to enter the cave of your ancestors and learn what there is here for you today. Now entering the cave. Entering the cave, ready to learn from your ancestors. Just allowing a few moments to absorb any sense of wisdom that can be passed on. Once you've had a sense of receiving the teachings, the knowledge of your ancestors, just taking your time to express your gratitude any way that you want to. Expressing your gratitude to your ancestors. And allowing all of that to sink into the body. Letting go of the cave and allowing it to move away from you. Leaving the cave. Just resting somewhere outside of the cave and noticing someone that you respect, you love, perhaps a family member, starting to come towards you smiling. This person smiling a natural smile and starting to sit down beside you. Perhaps taking your hand, noticing that natural sense of a smile, perhaps a sense of positivity that comes from that smile, from that person. And allowing that positive, joyful smile to enter into your heart. Allow that energy of positivity and joy to start to warm the whole of the heart. And allow it to fill the whole of the body. Positivity, joyfulness, filling from the heart into the whole of the body and noticing how that feels. Enjoying that sense of joyfulness, positivity radiating through the whole of the body. Allowing that too to sink in. And where it sinks in, starting to see if you can detect any sounds deep in the center of your being. Starting to widen out your sense of sound. Sense of sound inside the whole of the body, subtle sounds. Widening out the senses and noticing sounds in the room. Widening out, noticing a sense of sounds outside of the room, all the way into the distance. And when you're ready to, just moving the body very gently around. And as we finish our practice of Yoga Nidra, you can start to open your eyes. And however it feels comfortable to do so, being very gentle on the body, starting to come up, back up into a standing position. When you're ready to, taking the hands out to the side, towards the sides of the room. And we're going to finish our practice today with our sense of peaceful chi that we gather up. Peaceful energy. Gather up a sense of peaceful energy. And then see if you can have a sense of washing peaceful energy through the body. Taking the hand back into a fist, wrapping the hand around the top. And I'm going to suggest that we just make one bow today. And I'd like to make this bow as a dedication to my father, who probably some of you met through this group. I think all of you probably did, actually. And he unfortunately passed away this week. So a bow of gratitude perhaps towards him. Thank you very much.